Hey everybody, what is going on? Hexlex here. We've got some more live games for you today. This time we're going to be doing some live games with the Adamancipator deck I have been going over in recent videos. You might have seen my deck profile and combo guide. Both are going to be in the description below if you want to check those out, as well as a full list of the cards that make up this deck and extra deck. So yeah, I've just been messing around with the deck. I'm still kind of in that phase of just playing around with it, getting used to it. Definitely like it a lot so far, and I definitely look forward to playing it quite a bit going forward. Yeah, let's go ahead and look at each of the cards here briefly. Again, if you want a more in-depth description of what the deck is all about, go ahead and check out that profile in the description. We've got one Dragon Buster Destruction Sword, two Tenyi Spirit Adahara, three Maxx, one Mecha Phantom Bestow Lion, two Doki Doki, one Prank-Kids Dropsies, three Adamancipator Seeker, three Adamancipator Researcher, three Ash Blossom, one Gigantes, three Koa'ki Guardian, three Prank-Kids Rocksies, three Adamancipator Analyzer, three Koa'ki Supplier, three Block Dragon, two Nibiru, and three Sekka's Light. Down here in the extra deck, we've got a Herald of Arc Light, an Adamancipator Risen Raptite, Borreload Savage Dragon, Adamancipator Risen Dragite, Gallant Granite, Link Spider, Prank-Kids Meow Meow Moo, we've got the Crystron Halkif Brax, I can never say that right, Nightmare Unicorn, Dodo Doodle Doo, IP Masquerena, Union Carrier, and Nightmare Unicorn, Appalachia, and finally Access Code Talker. So yeah, like I said, I've been enjoying this deck thoroughly. Comboing with it has been super fun. Now that I'm in, Plat 1, I can safely play this deck without, being worried that I'm just going to constantly screw all these combos up. So yeah, like I said, it's been fairly enjoyable thus far. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these live games here. Yeah, let's just jump right into it. Alright, let's see here. Exoda. I like it. Okay, we're going second here. Not exactly ideal. This deck definitely does prefer to go first because it's a little harder to play going second into our opponent's boards. But again, it is what it is. It's going to happen. No hand traps, which is a little unfortunate. Also opening our Destruction Sword, which is also unfortunate, but what can you do? Let's see. On our turn, what are we looking to do? Probably Doki Doki, or maybe Adamancipator Seeker. It's going to depend on what we draw for our turn. Our opponent begins by setting a card. That's generally not a bad sign for us. Especially because they're kind of hesitating to follow up. If it was stun, I feel like they just set a bunch. Okay, they flipped it over to Hysteric Sign. Harpies. Have I played against Harpies since I started playing Master Duel? I don't think I have. Add an Elegant Egotist during the end phase. Add up to 3 Harpies with different names. Okay. That's whatever. Yeah, I remember this card. This card was out when I was playing in real life. This came out like 2014, I think, sometime around there. When Harpies got their next wave of support. And they end. Okay, I guess their hand wasn't that great. That works for us. Alright, let's see. We got another Adamancipator Seeker. So, should we Seeker or should we Doki? Let's go ahead and, or we could Rocksies. No. We don't want to Rocksies. Let's Doki. Let's play it risky. There's no way this is gonna resolve. No chance in the world. Doki Doki is good, but it's susceptible to a lot of hand traps. So they have a Maxx. So we definitely can't go into our plays because we use way too many special summons. So I'm going to battle and attack, and then I'm going to pass my turn. Still not bad, though, because if our opponent summons something and battles over Doki Doki, we can special Supplier, and then we can normal Adamancipator Seeker, and then from there we can start to go into our combos. I'm also comfortable attacking and passing because, I mean, our opponent just played Hysteric Sign and passed last turn, so their hand is definitely not that great. And I don't want to give them more draws with Maxx to, like, find something, so, again, we'll just attack with Doki Doki, and that'll be fine. Oh, it's Tri-Brigade Harpies. That's interesting. They're going to summon Kit and attack. I wonder if they have an Almirage in their extra deck. I'm guessing not. I feel like you would have done that in main phase 1 to get some sort of, Tri-Brigade play going. Maybe this extra deck could use an Almirage. Tri-Brigade Harpies. Oh hey, we didn't get to, oh, except during the damage step, that's why we didn't get to summon anything. Okay, let's summon Seeker and activate Seeker's effect. Ooh, nothing. Our opponent doesn't have any responses. That's really good for us. Ooh, and we got a Rocksies. Okay, this is good. This is really, really good. Okay, we'll special summon a monster to the field. Summon the Rocksies in defense position. And we'll stack them in that order, sure. Alright, let's go ahead and let me think about something real quick. What's in my hand here? Okay, let's Meow Meow Moo over here. Doesn't really matter. Link placement isn't quite as important with this deck, but I mean it still definitely matters for sure, but and we can summon a Supplier as well. Do you have to watch the number of summons? 1, 2, 3. I mean, this is 4 and 5, so if our opponent's gonna Nibiru, they're gonna Nibiru. What do we want to banish? We can still special summon the Seeker, so I don't want to banish it. I think we can still... No, we can't summon the Supplier. So I guess let's banish that. I feel like we're about to use the Prank-Kids stuff anyway. Maybe we should banish Rocksies. It doesn't really matter. I'll banish Rocksies. And we'll special summon a monster to the field. The Dropsies. And it will activate the optional effect. I don't think our opponent has a Nibiru. I think it would have triggered right there. So I think we're in the clear for that. Let's go ahead and do Dodo Doodle Doo with our Prank-Kids monsters. And we'll put it over here. And it doesn't really matter, but then we get Dropsies effect. Special summon the Rocksies. Okay, cool. So now, let's see. We want to go into our Halkif Crystron monster. So let's see. What are we going to use to do that? Obviously, we're going to use Seeker. Let's go ahead and use Rocksies as well. I'm actually just trying to think if I should Researcher first and maybe try to get a Koa'ki or a Guardian out, just in case they have like an Ash. Is that going to take up too many spots? I don't think it will. Let's go ahead and do that first, actually. I think that's technically right. Let's see if we get the Guardian. We do get a Guardian. Okay, so we can have that up. That makes me feel a little bit better. Oh, you know what? We also still need to, go into Gallant Granite. I'm glad I remembered that when I did. We'll put them back in this order. Doesn't matter. Yeah, we still need to go into good old Gallant Granite here. Because we don't have a block dragon. So let's go ahead and get that. And activate Gallant Granite to add a rock monster. Detach the Rocksies, that's fine. And add the block dragon. And now we can special block dragon over here. Let's banish just 3 from our graveyard. And then we can use Gallant, Block, and Prank-Kids to go into... We could go into access code, actually, because it's not the first turn here. So actually, I should be summoning this stuff in attack mode, technically, but... we already have a Guardian up, and they pretty clearly don't have anything, so... yeah, I'm not even going to go into Appalachia. I'm just going to go into access code here. I'm not going to use it, though, I don't think. Not yet, anyway. We'll put it over here where there's an open zone. Optional effect. We'll activate it in this order, right, so that we don't get negated. Block dragon. And then access code. Putting access code at the end of the chain in order to chain block, especially effective with access code, because access code can't be responded to, so it guaranteed protects everything else on the chain link. And of course, with Block Dragon, we are going to add... Where it is? There it is. Gigantes. And the Seeker. Well, definitely the Researcher. Have we specialed Researcher? I don't think we have, actually. No, we did. Well, we'll add it anyway. And we already have a Seeker, right? We'll just add a Doki Doki then. Okay, cool. So now we have that going for us. Let's go ahead and special summon Gigantes to this zone, banishing Gallant Granite from our graveyard. Summon it in attack mode right over there. That will enable us to synchro summon for our Raptite. We'll use the Researcher and the Gigantes. And we'll put Raptite in attack mode right over here. Let's get Raptite's Excavation. Don't need to chain that. Okay, we did hit. We got another Guardian. We also got an Analyzer. That's interesting. Do we want to summon that? I mean, we can. There's no reason not to, right? Yeah, let's go ahead and summon Analyzer. Because that'll actually be another Excavate. And we'll put them back in this order here. Now we have the Prank-Kids link in our graveyard. Just want to check and make sure I do before I go into Borreload here. Put Borreload in attack mode right over there. And we will activate the effect to equip the Prank-Kids Dodo Doodle Doo from our graveyard to the Borreload. Also, do we have a water monster in our graveyard? We should have, yep, a Dropsies in there. Okay, because I'm thinking about the Dragite here. And our opponent's got the Concede, because they know we've got a full combo with an access code talker, so they didn't have anything. Even if they did, we had the Koa'ki Meiru Guardian to protect us, so that's always nice. So yep, that's a pretty standard Adamancipator win right there. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Okay, next game against good old Hal here. Looks like we are going second again. I think we went second the last game, didn't we? No, we went first, I'm sorry. Okay, we've got an Ash and a Nibiru, so that's pretty good for going second. We've also got a Sekka's Light to accompany our Rocksies and Supplier. Opponent's going to turn one Desires. I'm, of course, going to Ash that because I didn't want them to gain advantage. In fact, here they kind of lose a little bit. Well, it's an even, 1-for-1, but... Ooh, does our opponent have Called By? That was suspicious the way it went back to them. Maybe they don't, I don't know. Okay, they're going to set a monster and a back row. 2 back row and pass. Okay, that's not too bad. Let's see what we draw for turn here. Koa'ki Meiru Guardian, that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and activate Sekka's Light. See if they've got a response to that. Generally good to lead with Sekka's Light, especially if you do have, like, even if you already have, like, an Analyzer or something, they're going to chain with Maxx. Could have thought about summoning Koa'ki Meiru Guardian first, but there's no need to do that. Okay, so we did draw a Researcher, but obviously I don't particularly want to go off because my opponent summoned a Maxx. Let's just normal summon a Koa'ki Meiru Guardian and see if they do anything. Also trying to figure out if I want to activate this Sekka's Light to put something back. I don't think I do, not at this point anyway. I'm going to move to the battle phase and attack their face-down monster with Koa'ki Meiru Guardian. It's a Tri-Brigade Nerval. Okay, that's totally fine. So it's a Tri-Brigade deck. Do they not have an Almirage, I wonder? Okay. Okay, let's move to main phase 2. I don't want to Sekka's Light, I don't think. Because I want to keep all this stuff in my hand. I like all these cards. And I'm not keen to give any of them up at the moment. I've got a Koa'ki Meiru Guardian negate, and I've got a Nibiru, so I think we should be fine for their turn. Wonder, they must have, I bet they have an Imperm face down. It's got to be like an Imperm and a Revolt, or maybe 2 Imperm. Maybe like a Droplet. Some combination of like Imperm, Droplet, and Revolt are the back rows that I'm thinking about right now. Okay, I'm going to pass. Let's see, we're gonna have to reveal a rock monster from our hand. Let's, this actually kind of matters a little bit. I'm gonna reveal another Koa'ki Guardian. I could have revealed Supplier as well, but I think Guardian is, like, the most vague. I mean, I'm sure they know we're Adamancipator. It's not like that's gonna be a secret, but... as far as being most vague about what's in our hand and what we can do, I think Guardian is the best card to reveal. Don't want to reveal that I have a Nibiru, obviously. I don't want to really reveal I have a Researcher or a Supplier, because they could play around that, potentially. Could have revealed Rocksies, I guess, but I think the other Guardian is fine. The other Guardian's also kind of nice to reveal, because it also shows, like, hey, I do have another monster negate. Like, potentially kind of... Okay, they do have an Imperm. I knew they did. So they're going to prevent us from negating. That's fine. Okay, now they're linking away into the Almirage. Wait, does this still work? I should know this. Oh my god, I should know this. Negate its effects until the end of the turn. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. I didn't think it did. I just wanted to make sure. So, yep, not going to activate Koa'ki Guardian. If it had been, like, in response to the effect, it was actually smart of my opponent to imperm before trying to activate an effect, because otherwise I could have just chained Koa'ki Guardian to the effect. So they nervled for Fractal, so they don't have another Tri-type in hand, because otherwise they would have got Chaos. So that's good news for me. They can't continue their plays. So they're just setting up a graveyard, looks like. Yep, they send the Chaos to the grave with the kit, that's fine. So they just have Almirage and an unknown back row, which is probably, it might be Revolt, I don't know. I'm thinking it's Revolt. It's definitely better to play assuming it is, anyway. We should be able to play through a Revolt, though. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. So let's see. They were at 1, 2. This is about to be 3. Yeah, they can't Bear Bum. If that's not a Revolt, they can't search for one because they don't have another card. So if they try to go into Bear Bum, that's not going to do anything. Like, they can Link Climb to a Rugal. Okay, they're having connection issues. I was wondering if they were maybe thinking or something. So if that face down isn't already a Revolt, they can't get access to one. And really, like I said, what are they gonna... I mean, I guess they have plenty to banish, right? So they could get an access code here. Or an Omen. Omen would be scary if that face down is Revolt. Let me think here. 1, 2... This is gonna be 3... If they go into access code, that would be 4. So I probably can't Nibiru this turn. And if that face down is Revolt, let's say that face down is Revolt and they have an Omen. So they're going to get a banish basically whenever they want during my turn. So when should I try to bait that out? Probably as soon as possible, right? I should summon Koa'ki Guardian. So that way, even if they flip the Revolt then, I can use the Guardian's effect, and then I can special summon Supplier, and then special Researcher, and then get an Excavate, and then go from there. So it looks like normal summoning Guardian is probably going to be the play next turn. So if I normal summon Guardian, they don't flip the back row, then what do we do? I mean, we still... Well, the thing is, they can chain block so that I'm not able to negate the Omen. But at this stage, I'd still have to special Researcher and just try to get an Excavate off anyway. Okay. Also, obviously, this all depends based on what I draw and what they do. Just trying to map out what the turn ahead is likely going to look like. The back row could also still be something like a Droplet or an Imperm. If that's the case, I mean, obviously we still normal summon Guardian either way, because I'm pretty sure it's probably a Revolt. If that's the case, if it's an Imperm or a Droplet, then they'll negate the Researcher when it comes down. But we can still link them away for a Crystron. And then what? Okay, so they banished, was that 4? That was 4, okay. So there's something in Omen. That's fine. Omen's effect, okay. I should have actually chained Koa'ki Meiru to put it in the graveyard. That actually mattered. Obviously, it still would have been negated, but yeah, I definitely should have chained there. We also still have the Sekka's Light as well. Yeah, we'll take 37, that's fine. Whatever. Yeah, we still have the Sekka's Light, which can... Fortunately... Ooh, if our opponent gets greedy and tries to flip... Okay. I feel like if that was a revolt, you probably would have flipped it there during the battle phase, right? To get more damage in? So maybe it's not a revolt. Alright, we drew a Maxx C. Let's begin with Sekka's Light. And let's put back the Rocksies, because of all the things we're going to do here, of all the abilities we're going to use, Rocksies doesn't really factor into any of them. If their face down is Revolt, we're actually pretty well equipped to fight it. We've got both Maxx C and Nibiru, which is actually really, really good here. Now let's return the Rocksies to the deck. Oh great, we drew another Sekka's Light. Oh, we can activate it! Yeah, because I activated the Sekka's Light last turn, so that's actually a pretty good draw. Okay, cool. Activate Sekka's Light. Okay, they don't have anything. That's gotta be a Revolt, right? Ooh, we drew a Block Dragon, that's pretty good. Ooh, that's gonna matter though for that Guardian not being engraved. But let's start by normal summoning a Koa'ki Meiru Guardian. And then let's see what they do. Nothing. Okay, then I'm gonna activate Adamancipator Researcher. Now what do you do, opponent? Now what do you do? Nothing. Okay, that's actually pretty good for me. I don't need to chain another card or effect. Let's special summon the Researcher in defense position. And let's activate Researcher's effect. Oh man, I'm like on edge right here. I'm just waiting for this Revolt to get flipped up. It's not getting flipped. Okay. Could also not be a Revolt, but it's best to play assuming it is here. Ooh, we got another Guardian. That's actually really good. Doki Doki's really good too. What am I going to get with Doki Doki? I'm going to discard Supplier and get a Rocksies, I think. Yeah, let's do that. And then let's put them back like boom, 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 boom. Actually, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Okay. Let's see. Do I want to go into a Crystron first? No, I'm going to activate Doki Doki first. Discard Supplier. I am kind of playing into this Revolt a little bit here, but they still only get to banish one card. Oh, it's an Imperm. Whew, okay, it's not even a Revolt. That's totally fine. I'm so okay with that. Oh my god, I'm so okay with that. Wow, so now we just now we just kind of have free reign to do whatever we want, don't we? So one, okay, so I should definitely special summon first. Let's start by going into our Crystron. And we'll activate. Oh, Almirage, okay, got it. I was like, what do they have a chance to respond with? No, that's fine. And we'll get O-Lion over... It'll just put it under the Hulk. And then should we Synchro? We don't need the Guardian here, so we could just Synchro. We already have the Block Dragon. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's just Synchro summon here for the Raptite. And we'll put Raptite over here. And we'll activate O-Lion's effect. O-Lion's effect will let us get the token. And then we can turn that token into a Link Spider, which we'll put over here. Then we're going to special the Block Dragon, banishing stuff from grave. And then we can just go for an access code talker, honestly. Right? We don't even need the Appalachia. Hang on, actually, let me think about that. Which is better? Probably just... No, just definitely just access code talker. Okay, let's special summon Block Dragon here. Banishing those three. And I'll summon it in attack position. And then we can, like I said, we're just going to make access code. Treat that as 2 materials. And put that boom right there. And we're going to chain block, even though it doesn't matter here. I'll still show it a good example of chain blocking. Access code, like I said, you want to always chain block at the end because it can't be responded to. So everything above the chain also in turn won't be able to be responded to. So even if our opponent had like an Ash in hand, well, one, they wouldn't be able to do it on the Block Dragon anyway because it's from, it's not at the end of the chain. But then access code also prevents them from responding by chaining anything altogether anyway. And we'll get the Researcher. Okay, now let's activate Raptite's Excavation. Let's see what we peel. Okay, we got a Doki Doki. That's something at least. We'll put it right there. And the order doesn't really matter here. I mean, I don't want any of these, so... technically, I guess that's a little better, but... Let's see. We can special summon our Seeker because we have the Raptite on the board. Let's go ahead and do that now. And our opponent's just going to concede because, yep, they know the inevitable. I'm just going to get my full combo out. I'm going to clear their board with access code, and then it's just going to be over. So, cool. Okay, let's see if we can't get one more game in. Alright, next opponent here. Let's see if we win the coin flip. We do! That's awesome. We love winning the coin flip in this deck. Whew, let's see what kind of juicy hand we've got here. Okay, wow, we opened Adahara, Doki Doki, and 2 starters here. Wow, okay, so we definitely have our wealth of options here. We're going to start by specialing the Adahara, of course. I think I'm going to go ahead and normal the Analyzer and not the Doki Doki, because the Doki Doki is much more susceptible to hand traps. If this gets ashed, that's really, really bad for us, but if the Analyzer gets ashed, then we can just special summon Seeker and then keep searching for stuff anyway. Or keep excavating stuff. But, of course, like I said, we're going to begin with our Adahara. This Adahara is also nice because I was just going to say, it kind of probes for Maxx a little bit. So, since we know they have Maxx, we can just let them cycle, sure, but then we don't have to commit any of our openers in order to, like, extend our plays there. So, yep, obviously I don't want to give my opponent any more draws, so I'm just going to pass the turn. I've got my own Maxx to counter back with, plus... we've got plenty of stuff for comboing next turn, potentially, as well. We can actually special summon our Analyzer next turn if our opponent has a monster. So we could potentially, like, special Analyzer, special Seeker, normal Doki Doki, activate Doki Doki's effect. Or maybe not. It looks like our opponent's going to be playing more of a slow... so it's Bird Up with a not great hand. Or maybe it's some kind of Barrier Statue deck. It's one of the two. Either way, they are going to get the Barrier Statue. We're going to have to try to run over that. I'm probably going to try to do that with Seeker rather than Analyzer. I haven't decided yet, actually. We'll have to normal summon one of them and try to attack either way. Well, it's got to be Analyzer, right? Because then we can special summon Seeker. So it is going to be Analyzer, okay. Interesting. Our opponent set this back row in main phase 1 and this one in main phase 2. So this one is definitely going to be the more relevant of the two, just kind of based on what I'm eyeballing for my opponent there. Okay, so yeah, I don't want to normal summon Supplier. I'm going to go ahead and stick with my original plan. Let's normal summon Analyzer. See if our opponent's got a response. They don't. That's good for us. Move to battle phase. Attack their barrier statue. Cool. Resolves. Good. Main phase 2. Let's go ahead and special summon our Seeker. I want to do this now before I activate Analyzer, just in case they have an effect that negates and destroys when I activate the Excavation ability. Also, now, even if our opponent chains something to get Analyzer off the board, the special summon will still resolve. Okay, let's summon the Seeker. Torrential would be really annoying here. If that happens, I'll just pass. Okay, nothing. Alright. Let's activate Analyzer. They don't have a Vandy's, or they would have activated already. Okay, they have an Ash. That's fine. We have another Excavate on the board anyway. Alright, activate Seeker. Okay, they don't have a response. Let's see. Block Dragon, Researcher. We hit a Doki Doki. That's a really good hit. Special summon. Yes. We could also think about summoning Supplier, but we already have a Supplier in hand for going into Gallant Granite to search Block Dragon. So let's just get Doki Doki. And we'll put them back in that order. Alright, I'm going to activate Doki Doki, discarding my other Doki Doki. No response, that's good. We'll summon a Researcher to the field. Okay, so now I need to think about... Alright, I'm going to send Analyzer and Doki Doki, I think, for the Crystron. Or should I send Seeker? I should send Seeker and Doki Doki so I still have the level 4 tuner out. Yeah, I think that's a smarter play, and then I can special summon Supplier, and then we'll just go from there. And we'll summon those two. I'll put him over here. We'll activate. Let's see if this resolves. And then, okay, we'll also get Supplier's effect. Oh, this is so nerve-wracking. My opponent's got these back rows. Makes me wonder what they could be. If my opponent's just trying to wait for the right opportunity or not. They already tried to Ash pretty early, so I think if it's Interruption... It didn't respond to an attack, though, either. This is main phase 2. We'll put it over here. Then we'll get an O-Lion, which we'll put over here. We can add a Guardian, that's fine. Yep. Okay, let's see. I think we should activate Researcher next. And then sync the Researcher and the Supplier. Or no, sorry, the O-Lion and the Supplier. We could do that now. But no, I'm going to activate Researcher first. Am I? If I activate Researcher, this occupies a space. I sync this. The token occupies a space. Then I can go into a Link 4. You could also think about going into a Link 4 no, I need a Synchro first. Yeah, let's activate Researcher first. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we got a Guardian. That's good. That actually makes me feel better. summon the Guardian to the field. And we'll put them back in that order. Order does kind of matter. You want to put the rocks towards the top so that you can excavate towards them. I don't know if I've mentioned that yet or not. I don't recall if I have in this video or the last one. I'm sure I have at some point. Okay, O-Lion and Supplier. We'll put the Raptite over here. We'll activate O-Lion. Called by. Oh, that's what's been... that's fine. Whatever. I don't care. I was like, oh man, what is this back row that's been agonizing me this whole time? It's called by? That's fine. I'm not concerned about that. Okay, let's activate Raptite's effect. Oh, they have another response? A potential response? Jesus. Oh boy. Okay. Let's see. Block Dragon, Sekka's Light, Block Dragon, Gigantes, and Ash. That is a whiff. Which is unfortunate, but it does happen sometimes. Let's put them back in that order, sure. Okay, we still haven't found our Block Dragon yet. Let's go ahead and do that. Actually, should we do that? Or should we just sync and then go Union Carrier? If we go into Gallant, we search Block... Yeah, we definitely go into Block Dragon. What am I saying? Of course we do. I probably should have done this sooner, to be honest, but it is what it is. We'll just summon Gallant over here. Yeah, I definitely should have done this sooner, but it is what it is. Okay, let's activate Gallant's effect. To add a rock monster. Doesn't matter which one we detach. Block Dragon. Here we go. And they've already used a called by, so unless this is another called by, which it could be, it very well could be. Even if it is, that's not the end of the world here. We'll banish that, and that. And it's main phase 2, right? So we should definitely get Appalachia. Although, I don't know, our opponent's playing like some kind of stun deck. Maybe we should just get access code. And we can just blow up their last back row if we do that. Yeah, sure, let's just get access code. Let me actually think about that for a second. Yeah, that should be fine. And once again, we will chain block. This is actually really, really good because this means if this is another called by, then they can't negate. And we will add Gigantes and they will concede. Alright. Okay, that's what we always like to see. So, yep, as you can see, you don't you don't even always have to know where your combo is going to end up. Usually your opponent will just concede in the middle of it anyway. But, yeah, it was pretty clear that from that point they weren't going to be able to keep pressuring us anymore. It was evident they didn't have, even though they kept getting responses to activate something, it was just kind of like a all bark, no bite. So, okay, let's take one more look at the deck before we end off here. Okay, everybody, I hope you enjoyed those games. I know I certainly did. I love this deck. I'm immediately in love with this deck. I really, really, really like Adamancipator, and honestly, I mean, this might just be me being hyped up about the deck right now, but if Block Dragon doesn't get hit at all, like, I could see myself even laddering with this deck next season. Obviously, that's going to depend what the, format looks like, what the ban list looks like, if new cards get added. I guess we'll see if any of that ends up happening, but, yeah, if it's still the exact same format, which would be a bit dull, I admit, I do hope that they add some sort of new content or content update before the new season rolls around. But yeah, I like this deck enough that I could see myself flattering with it, after enough practice, of course. But yep, that is going to do it for this video. As always, I want to thank you very much for watching all the way to the end. I especially appreciate it if you are commenting and subscribing, but even if you're not, I appreciate you either way. I do like to interact with you guys in the comments. I'm sure you see me replying to quite a few of them. I try to get to as many as I can between, you know, work and then coming home and making videos and getting them recorded and editing and rendering and blah, 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 all that fun stuff. But anyway, without further ado, this is XLex signing out. Hope you have a fantastic day.